I consider myself a diligent student. That's why I constantly spend a huge amount of time to study various subjects at school, and I always have a bad habit of burning the midnight oil to cram knowledge as well as ace my demanding exercises. So recently, I have to cope with a short-sighted problem, and there is one object that I can't live without, that is my classes, and I will tell you about it. To the best of my recollection, a few months ago, I had to encounter one of the most crucial examinations of my education, which put a strain on me, so I had to pull an all-nighter to, tackle that problem and learn more knowledge. Eventually I could acquire flying colors. However, I felt like my eyes hurted a lot and I had to deal with some problems with my eyes. So my mother took me to the doctor and finally he gave me a pair of glasses to safeguard my eyes. The reason why I couldn't live without my classes because I have to utilize them to study and consume lessons from my teachers more comprehensively. So one time I forgot my classes at home and I couldn't see anything on the board, which deteriorated my productivity and my comprehension in that day. In addition, my eyes felt painful and I didn't focus on anything, so I felt tremendously uncomfortable in those situations. That's why I suppose that this item plays an indispensable part in my daily activities as well as my education. So in the future, I will try to pursue a better habits of studying, and I will encourage my buddies to study in a superior time zone instead of learning until the wee hours, so we can protect our eyes from potential jeopardies. The first question is, why do you think teenagers always want to have the latest devices such as the iPhone? Well, I suppose there are some underlying reasons for this propensity. The first reason is that the youth have the tendency to keep themselves abreast of the cutting-edge technology to satisfy their passion for discovering new equipment, as well as the applications. Moreover, those modern devices are usually associated with extravagant prices. So when youngsters use those equipment to public places like their schools or supermarkets, they can show their affluence and financial conditions to others. So I think that is the way to prove themselves. That's why they constantly want to possess the latest technological gadgets. The second question is, why do they often buy a new one even though they already have one? As I have mentioned before, in the light of the proliferation of technology, people have the propensity to purchase a wide range of technological gadgets with the latest updates in order to cater their thirst for technology. And some people believe that new devices are usually well equipped with state-of-the-art functions and help them to keep up with the latest trend. Moreover, some individuals have to run a business or they are famous in their communities, so using cutting-edge technologies with exorbitant prices can show off their financial conditions and gain their reputation. Next question, what do they do with the old one after buying a new one? Well, I believe it all boils down to each individual's preference and the way they deal with their old technological item. The first way is that when people purchase a new one, they tend to sell their previous one at a lower price in order to obtain some money and tighten their belt. Moreover, some individuals don't want to sell their technological gadgets and they tend to give them to their loved ones, such as their cousins or parents, in order to assist them in enhancing their living standards by using those cutting-edge technologies. Last question, how hard is it for parents to convince their children not to buy an expensive phone? From my perspective, it is not tremendously difficult for parents to persuade their children to shy away from some exorbitant technological devices. The first thing is that students don't have a lucrative budget, so as long as parents don't give them a significant amount of money to do whatever they want, I believe they won't have sufficient money to purchase luxurious items. In addition, parents are the ones that regularly interact with their kids, so they can use appropriate ways to explain to their children about the importance of saving money for some rainy days. So this can help their children to reduce their spending of buying expensive phones, which is only for their interests.
Ok, chúng ta hãy cùng nhau học từ mới nha. Đầu tiên chúng ta sẽ có một idiom đó là burn the midnight oil, có nghĩa là đốt đèn dầu để học bài, có nghĩa là thức khuya, thức rất là khuya để làm cái gì đó. Burn the midnight oil. Và nó tương tương với một idiom khác đó là pull an all-nighter, cũng có nghĩa là thức khuya luôn. Short-sighted, tính từ có nghĩa là cận thị. Vậy thì mình nói là một cái vấn đề liên quan đến mắt á. Cận thị thì mình nói là short-sighted problem. Tiếp theo chúng ta sẽ có một động từ đó là safeguard, có nghĩa là bảo vệ ha. Và nó tương tự với một số động từ khác như là protect hoặc là shield. Một tính từ tiếp theo là superior, có nghĩa là tốt hơn. Nó tương tự với better. Và thì superior time zone có nghĩa là cái khoảng thời gian tốt hơn. Khi mà nói mình học bài ban ngày á, thì cái khoảng thời gian nó tốt hơn. Superior time zone. Một danh từ myopia. Myopia có nghĩa là độ cận thị. Mình không muốn tăng độ thì mình nói I don't want to have heavier myopia. Sẽ có một idiom đó là learning until the wee hours. Wee hours có nghĩa là một khoảng thời gian rất là khuya buổi tối hoặc là rất là sớm vào buổi sáng. Vậy thì learning until the wee hours có nghĩa là học rất là khuya, thức rất là khuya. Và cuối cùng chúng ta sẽ có một danh từ đó là jeopardies. Jeopardies số nhiều có nghĩa là sự nguy hiểm. Vậy thì potential jeopardies có nghĩa là sự nguy hiểm tiềm tàng có thể xảy ra. Một tính từ tiếp theo là state of the art. Nó tương tự với cutting edge, advanced hoặc là highly developed.